Hi everyone! This Halloween I want to share with you a story I wrote called Gary the Goblin. In the town of Scareborough, there lived a goblin named Gary, and it was his dream to prove that he was really scary. But Gary was far from your typical monster. Nothing like the others on the official monster roster. A pale shade of green, scrawny and short, he had big floppy ears and purple warts. He wore thick-rimmed glasses and a backpack to boot. If truth be told, he was downright cute. So this Halloween, he made it his mission to enter and win the annual Scareborough Scare Competition. He woke up early to be the first online and waited patiently for the sign-up to open at 9. With just a few minutes to go, he checked his watch, when all of a sudden appeared a Sasquatch.
Out of the way! Big Tim is here, and I'm gonna crush the competition this year!
Tim pounded his chest with his large hairy fists, then shoved Gary over with just a flick of his wrist. The little goblin fell hard into the dirt. His knees got bruised and his feelings hurt. Yet Gary still picked himself up off the ground. He wasn't gonna let this bully push him around. "Excuse me, sir, but that spot is mine. You'll have to find yours at the back of the line." The furry beast then let out a loud chuckle and grinded his teeth while cracking his knuckles.
Do you think you could win against me? You're just a little dweeby wannabe!
The others laughed along with Big Tim because no one was willing to stand up to him. So Gary would have to do it alone. There was no way he was going home. "Can't we compete fair and square? We all deserve to share our best scare." Tim didn't like being stood up to at all, so he picked Gary up and threw him like a ball. It was miles and miles before he did land, on Shipwreck Beach on a pile of sand. By the time he walked back, the town was starlit, but Gary knew he couldn't just quit. If he could get backstage, he'd plead his case and still get the chance to win first place. So he rushed down to the theater's back door and snuck past a menacing minotaur. Behind the curtains, everything was in full production as Gary approached the stage manager giving instruction. "Hi, do you have a moment to talk about the competition? You see, this morning there was this whole situation." In mid-sentence, Gary was swiftly interrupted, and from behind the manager's fangs, a voice erupted. "Only contestants with a number can compete," she hissed. And just like that, Gary was dismissed. For a moment, he thought he'd really have to throw in the towel, but when he turned to leave, he heard a howl. "Hey, you little goblin, don't go. I know how to get you a spot in the show. Put her there, the name's Murray. Now come on, be quick, we have to hurry." With the show about to start, there was no time to waste, so Gary and Murray both made haste. Such a stroke of luck it was indeed, to have this wolf bring him to Millie the millipede. Millie, this is the goblin I was telling you all about. Do you think there's a way to help him out?" "Murray, are you serious? The show's about to begin. And do you realize how much trouble I could get in? Though, I have to admit he was brave standing up to that jerk. Hold on, I think I can make something work." She analyzed the schedule like a machine, then gave Gary a tag with the number 13. "All right, you're going to have to go on last, and you won't have much time, so you better be fast." Because of their kindness, Gary's hopes were renewed, and his whole heart filled with gratitude. "Thank you so much, I won't let you down. You two really are the nicest monsters in town." So he climbed up to the catwalk to wait with the crew until it would be time for his big debut. The theater dimmed and grew dark as night. Then on turned the bright spotlights, and out from the curtains came a spooktacular ghost.
Welcome, welcome everyone. This evening I'll be your host. Are you ready to find out who will be the very best? In this most extraordinary scare contest, the victor will win a trip to the Monster Hall of Fame, where for 1 month will be displayed their own name. So ladies and ghouls, put together your claws and give our celebrity judges some applause. It's genuine fear that he'll inspire. Give it up for Dracula, the original vampire. You better watch out before she turns you to stone. Medusa is here and she's bad to the bone. To finish this trio, who could possibly follow? Why, it's the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow.
The audience loudly cheered and cheered for these judges who were the most revered.
So let's not keep you all in suspense and have this competition commence. Our first contestant really brings the muscle. Come out, Big Tim, and show us your hustle.
Tim came out acting like he'd already been crowned. He beat his chest, snarled and frowned. After showing his strength, he let out a roar, then strutted towards the judges to get his score. He really believed he would be champion that day, and was so not prepared for what Medusa had to say.
Did you really think you could impress us with a roar? Is that what I came all the way here for? Not only was your performance incredibly arrogant, it was boring as heck. You're an embarrassment.
The theater erupted in thundering laughter. Then the final blow was delivered just after. Each judge held up the number 1 in plain text, and the ghostly host said,
"Let's see who's up next."
Then one by one they each came out to show the judges what they were all about. A fire demon dazzled with red-hot flames, and an axe murderer displayed his deadly aim. There was a hungry zombie with a grotesque look, then a spectral pirate who brandished a hook. Next appeared an ancient mummy magician before the competition broke for a brief intermission.
"Oh, why does this contest need to be so boring? Look here, even the horseman is snoring." I'm awake, the horseman snapped. "I'm just trying to get in a power nap."
"If it continues like this, I'm going to leave. I had so many other opportunities this All Hallows Eve." When the judges finished with their lamenting, the hosting ghost resumed presenting.
"Wow, this contest is really getting tough. Let's see if these monsters have the right stuff."
Out came a troll, stinky as he was dumb. Then a swamp thing filled the entire stage with scum. A banshee's screech shook the whole hall, while a menacing jester juggled eyeballs. A fiendish skeleton laid it all bare. Then it was time for Murray to show off his scare. The spirited hound gave it his very best, but even his bit left them unimpressed. Gary waved goodbye to the friendly crew, then climbed back down to wait for his cue.
Finally, we have our very last act. It's a goblin wearing a backpack.
The whole audience then fell mute. Could the judges be scared by someone so cute? Then Gary opened his backpack to reveal a stack of papers and a notary seal. With such little time, he had to be quick, so he got right down to his arithmetic. "Let's start by adding all of your compensation, and then review your charitable donations. Business expenses, there are a few. I can definitely put a deduction or two. Yes, these schedules must be exercised, and those lines surely itemized. But we have to take inflation into account in order to get to the correct amount." Such a state of confusion Gary was creating from all of his furious calculating. When he was finally done, he hopped off the stage to hand each judge a single page. They all took one peek and their eyes grew wide. It was a look of horror they could not hide. Medusa shouted, "This cannot be! Why, this goes back centuries!" Dracula launched into a crying fit, while the horseman just tried denying it. The audience wondered what they could have been shown when Gary hopped back up to the microphone.
"Hello, everyone. My name is Gary, and I came here today to prove that I was scary. I'm not very tall, and my muscles are weak. I could hardly even make a mouse squeak. But as adorable as I may appear, I've discovered another way to strike fear. Because even though I don't have fangs, flames, or axes, nothing in this world is as certain as death and taxes." And so, to every creature's great surprise, they witnessed Gary take home the grand prize. That Halloween brought a lesson that no one expected, that no matter the cover, every monster deserves to be respected.